All right, you guys, it's me. I'm back, day two, knocked down. Decided to go ahead and do the video early because I got a lot of energy right now. I do. However, I know it's some pain and everything, but I know that yesterday it was not even like an hour after I was recording. It was just downhill from there. When I mean downhill, I mean probably won't eat chicken wings anymore because I those came up so violently. It was just, I don't even want the taste in my mouth anymore. Um, couldn't keep much of anything down. And I had tea, I did the water, the alkaline water. And that feels good. When you do the tea, what I found is when you do the tea and you do the alkaline water, you're giving and you're nauseous, you're giving your something else. The liquid is better. It's better to come up with a liquid than a halved up solid. And some also some good advice is to chew your food more than 3 times before it goes down. That way, you're giving your taste buds an opportunity to work. You are making the food smaller and easier for your stomach to digest. So I'm gonna try that as well. Watch that, saw that, giving that advice. Another thing that was huge for me yesterday, and I didn't touch on this, was the medication factors. And I don't know how many people go through this, but there was something that one of the nurses said to me that stood out. And she was saying that, we'll always be able to tell if someone's not taking their nausea medications because, it's bad. It'll get bad, but it shouldn't be that extreme, which 2 things wrong about that statement. One, everyone's body is different. Everyone tolerates different drugs, different chemicals in a different way. So it's better to lead off with that instead of assuming that people are just not taking the medicine. But in making that assumption, you helped me get to a valid point. With my insurance, and I'm in a union, I have a decent insurance plan. I got the best plan that my job could offer, and that is only because I've worked in insurance previously, so I have some knowledge on, what's going to be the best option. Not that I was planning for this, but I'm still make sure I have the best regardless. And I say that they have the offer because your jobs pick the plans that they afford for you. So needless to say, the pharmacist at the hospital was trying to give me my medicine. It was three medications. One of them was $325. The other was $75 and some change. And the cheapest of the 3 was about $40. And, that's too much. That's too much. You'll scare someone right away from the counter with that. Now, luckily for me, I could have gotten them, but there's no point of spending that money when you have the knowledge of other information. So I say that to say anyone who is going through this situation, invest in GoodRx. It's free. It's a card. It'll come right in the mail. I left my purse in the house. It'll come right in the mail. It'll give you up to 75% off. And if you have a really good pharmacist, like I do, they will tell you which is cheaper. If it's cheaper to purchase it through GoodRx or if it's cheaper to purchase it through your insurance. Now, in my scenario, I just gave you the 3 totals of the medications, the 3 individual totals of the medication. Now, all 3 of those same medications total came to $65 at Publix. Still not, that's a tank of gas, full tank of gas, but you got to take your wins where you can get them. That's a blessing. 65 is a lot. That was $5 cheaper than one of the prescriptions with my insurance. So anybody, again, going through this in the beginning, invest in GoodRx. It's always good to have. It's always good to make a comparison. It doesn't take long, and it's worth saving the money in your pockets because, like they tell us in the beginning, the first thing we need to stay away from when you're diagnosed with cancer is stress. Okay, stress. And the second thing you have to stay away from is sugar. Well, I told my doctor when she said that, well, you're asking me to get rid of some 2 of the main ingredients in my life, honey. And those are the ingredients that only one of them I add on purpose is sugar. The stress comes naturally. We're still trying to figure out how to cut that ingredient out. The rest of the ingredients in my life include the Most High, family, and green. Double entendre on that one. yeah, so today I feel they gave me a shot in my stomach. So that is for to create white blood cells in my body. As you know, the chemo does kill good and bad cells in your body. So this combats it. So I'm expected to have some joint pain today, some swelling, which I don't know if that's going to be better than nausea. It seems to me that cancer is like, it's a real fight. Like, it really tries to jump you and beat you down. But all my life I had to fight. That's number one. Number two, like, it's, I'm not just fighting it from a spiritual standpoint where I'm trying to stay as positive as I can. Now, don't get me wrong. I do have them days and moments. Anybody who knows me knows prior to this, it can go there with me. But I have to remember, like, I'm entitled to that, to feeling that. But what I'm not entitled to is, or what I'm not allowed to do is to hold on to it and keep that as my energy. Go through it, have your meltdown, have your cry, have your snap out, keep it moving, sis. The show must go on. The show must go on. And that's helping me. Now, since life is all about balance, I have to balance the good and the bad. So while they're putting a lot of people, oh, you should go to a herbalist. Oh, you should try well, listen, honey, they caught this at stage 2. And while, yes, I would like that to be some of it in stage 3 and my lymph nodes and stuff, I would like that to be the option that I went to first. You have to know life is about balance. So while and I do take accountability for allowing the poison into my body, poison being stress, unnecessary trauma and drama with people that creates stress, that creates things that carry on your body, unnecessary stress with things I couldn't control, and think my daily stress of just being a single mother, out here trying to raise good people in a negative world. It's everybody has stress and carries that. So, and then, the foods that we put in our body, we have control over that, but a lot of the stuff and the ingredients in this food, I knew better though. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, I came down to South Carolina in a changed mindset. I slowly gravitated back to the ways of this society, and I think that plus a compound of everything else I had going on is, what has me here. So what I can do is balance. Balance is trusting in these professionals to utilize their poison to combat my poison. And while they are taking out the negative poison in my life, I am in return returning the earth sources back into me, recreating my life, rebuilding, restructuring my physical and my spirit at the same time. So that's with good words, good writings, hobbies, everything that I did for somebody else, I'm now doing for me. Because I've been the person in a relationship, regardless of if you were going to do for me or not, I'm 100% invested in you. And I've gotten so away from myself that, my goodness, it won't happen again. Like, it won't happen again. So all that advice I gave about the teas and the turmeric, and I wasn't even doing it. I was like giving it to people, and I wasn't even doing it anymore. Like, that wasn't a part of my routine and keeping up, because I've gotten tunnel vision and focused on things totally different, making sure everything else around me was afloat and strong. And strength is a hard burden to carry, because people expect you to be strong, but even people with strength need somebody to refuel. Iron sharpens iron. Isn't that like the number one thing people say? If iron sharpens iron, then strength needs strength to be sharpened with that as well. And there has to be something refueling in you. And if you can't get that from those around you, then you have to be responsible for giving it to yourself. And you have to be responsible for how much of it you are giving out. Okay? Because you don't get it back. So they need to get another little light fix, and they coming back in your presence. And this all. No, you can't have that. Can't touch this. Okay? Even a hug. Like, please. Like, none of that. You can't touch this. So that's that. So, yeah, they took the needle out because they left the needle in yesterday. So they took it out, but they still have the port in. My little metal buddy is still under there. It's not as swollen. I could take that Band-Aid off. This is my mom's shirt she got me. And these are my tiny tainted teeth, you know. Hard to believe, right? Hard to believe. 32 years of complaining about a B cup. And now these bad boys decided to have problems. It was a love-hate relationship from the beginning. So, you know, what you gonna do about it? These are my tiny, tiny teeth, and they are getting fixed. I do thank you for coming to watch and being a part of my journey with me. I will give you guys the raw here too. So there are gonna be days where I'm not in this mood. And that's okay. I feel like we need to go through together. So if you are watching this video, give me some music to listen to. And if you are watching this video, not only give me some music, but if you don't have any music to give me some topics to write about. I'm trying to get back into my writing. So tell me some things, and it doesn't have to be music. It can be a poem too, because that was my original, was poetry. Skill was poetry. It wasn't always the music. The poetry turned into music. So give me some topics to write about that you think would be interesting, or something that you would like to hear me speak on, and I shall. Peace and love. Sister Sunflower, Sheba, Sai Baby, Saida to next. Happiness and love. I'm out.